So
Okay.
where are we heading
we're
off?
starting at the Empress,
Yeah.
and then we are going around all this way, Craig Garrick's Castle, Oak Bay, and we'll come all the way around to like Beacon Hill Park eventually, and the breakwater.
So prior to
Alright, so we are about to get
1850s,
started.
This area was not very pleasant area. It used to have a lot of corner here. It used to have a little
Victoria bus tour, we are very
Parliament
excited,
building
so you
was
guys
built
can
to
watch
beautify this area.
the whole Victoria today.
The harbor was quite filthy, so they used to dump everything into the ocean those days. It was paint factory, just throw the water, and so it was a clean up after. And where the Empress is built, there used to be a harbor or mud flats, goes all the way block and half further down. So it's filled and reclaimed land. And the very information center is, there used to be a garage and a gas station those days. And so we'll be leaving in just shortly. I have a couple of more guests coming up.
So we're gonna leave soon, but before we do, I'm just gonna let you guys know that that's where you guys purchase your tickets for sightseeing tour. And there is another one there right in front of the Empress Hotel.
Well, we just made it also.
Yeah, perfect timing.
So during our tour, we'll be announcing all the stops. If you need to get off, just give me a little tap on the floor with your feet. Give me a little dance, so I'll stop on that stop. All right. Welcome aboard. My name's Cal. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me while I'm stopped.
Good luck, time.
Hi everybody and welcome aboard. Ted Bain and Jeff King. We host The Upside on Czech Television here in Victoria. It's great to have all of you on the Hop On, Hop Off tour today. As a reminder, please remain seated at all times and keep your hands and body inside the vehicle. Although our city works hard to keep roadside tree branches trimmed, we do occasionally encounter some overgrowth on our tour routes. We're going to ask you to please be aware of low-lying branches that will catch you by surprise if you don't see them coming.
And that's what that crack is from.
Yeah,
Low-lying branches.
this crack is from.
Me too. In fact, I almost asked about this one.
We acknowledge and respect the Lekwungen peoples, whose traditional territory the city stands, and the Songhees and Esquimalt peoples, whose historical relationships with the land continue to this day. The tour starts here in Old Town. We're in the heart of historic Victoria with one of the oldest cities in the Pacific Northwest. The city's history began in this area nearly 200 years ago with the construction of a small fur trading post in 1843 owned by the Hudson Bay Company. There's 8,000 years of indigenous people's history here that includes the ancestors of the Songhees and Esquimalt nations, whose relationship with this land continue here today.
So this corner used to be a soap factory. After the hotel was slated to build, so they ended up removing that soap factory.
You say soap. I thought it was soap.
We're now on Wharf Street, the center of early Victoria. During the gold rush of 1858, along the Fraser River, tens of thousands of people flocked to the small town of Victoria en route to the mainland in search of wealth and a new life. Many of the travelers became permanent residents, increasing Victoria's population exponentially and transforming the small fur trading post of Fort Victoria into a bustling waterfront city. Wharf Street was at one time the most
You
important
are an
street in
amazing day
Victoria.
planner.
All the shipping
Let me tell
arrived
you.
here, whether passengers or goods. Today, most shipping goes to Vancouver, and Victoria's
welcome.
Inner Harbour is a more polished-looking place where pleasure boats, harbour ferries known as pickle boats, float planes, and larger passenger ferries bound for Washington, USA, come and go. On the right, you'll find Bastion Square. The square marks the north border for what was once Fort Victoria. Bastion Square was named for the iconic 8-sided gun towers placed along Fort Victoria's walls. Today, the outdoor Bastion Square public market draws a good crowd by day, while restaurants, clubs, and pubs keep this place lively into the night. And of course, there are very old buildings, including the first courthouse building, which is said to be one of Canada's most haunted places. Did you know that Victoria has a reputation of being one of the most haunted cities in Canada? You can delve deeper into Victoria's spooky past
there's even
So-
books on
discover
it.
the past ghostly tour. Just ask
You
your
guys
real
must be
life
seeing,
tourist.
listening some announcements that this is one of the hottest city in
Originally,
all
that
over
was gallows
Canada.
and all the jailhouse, 18
hauntings.
tower, gun tower, and you notice a lot of old buildings in City Victoria, and those bricks brought in the hulls of the ships. When Her Majesty, the ships came empty to load up all the stuff back, take back to Europe.
This would be a place to walk down
On your left is the Archgate from Market Square. Just inside, you'll find a spacious open-air courtyard surrounded by historic brick and beam buildings. Sailors and lumberjacks used to come to the Market Square looking for fun on their days off. Today, this lower part of Johnson Street is known as the trendy Lojo shopping district, with the bright historic buildings housing many one-of-a-kind boutique shops and local designers.
You see straight ahead, those walls are standing by itself, the support of those girders, and that's a mandate of City Victoria to preserve all the old facades of the building. So there's a building going on there, and so they're going to keep that front part of that building safe, and they built around it, beside it. There's some dispute going on. City want to limit the height of these buildings in all part of town, and some of those builders want a little higher. So that's why they want to keep this area nice and beautiful ambience of this old part of town. And all these buildings have been preserved, the seismic upgraded, and with the help of city and the province of British Columbia. You'll notice a lot of these brick buildings. We'll see head from when I turn left here, you can see it, a theater. And some buildings are old, bricks are old, some are new. Those bricklayers used to wait for the supplies of those ships come from those ships, unload them in order to use them. So you'll see some new, some old, and we'll be just passing in front of the Chinatown as well.
We're about to cross Pandora Street, where a stream still runs under the street. This was the former boundary between Chinatown and the city center. At one time, you had to cross a footbridge to get from one to the other. Victoria's Chinatown is the oldest in Canada and second oldest in North America. Since it is quite small now, you may be surprised that it used to be the largest in North America until 1902. Victoria's Chinatown is now a National Historic Site and an enticing neighborhood to explore.
Not yet, just please sit tight yet, we're not stopping yet. The Don Me. Yeah, we'll be passing by it. Yeah, I'll point out to you. Yeah, you're welcome.
She drank all of it.
No worries.
Just by
we'll,
herself.
We'll make
Yeah.
official stop for you guys. Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
You
Got
drank
it, got it.
till that much and then I took a few sips.
Well, you owe me another coffee.
Okay.
Thank you, appreciate that.
So,
Coming up on your
Chinatown.
left, a brilliant red triple gate with pagoda roofs called the Gates of Harmonious Interest marks the entrance to Victoria's Chinatown. Legend has it that the hand-carved stone lions to either side will spring to life if they're ever needed. The lion on the right is a male, symbolizing power and prestige, while the lion on the left-hand side is female, symbolizing family. The gates were built to remind early Chinese immigrants to work shoulder to shoulder and make a concentrated effort.
Yeah, so their myth was that, during the elections, they wanted people not to come underneath these archways. They believe was any honest politician walk underneath those arches, those mother and father lion would come to life, roar, and welcomed them. So far, they haven't moved. So if any politician on board, please let me know. I'll let you off before we go underneath those archways. All right? Yeah, so this area was a lot of foundries, a lot of mills, a lot of warehouses, and so a lot of them have been gone, but there's a lot of them preserved as well. Right now, we don't have any sawmills around Victoria. We used to have over 10 of them, and I remember. But now they have automations. They had to clean up their polluting mills using different chemicals to bleach all the fiber, and so a lot of them have gone now. So we don't have any mill near City of Victoria within 50 radius miles. When you look on the right hand side, you see a lot of native art on this wall here. As I said, it was originally all the First Nations. That was their original entitlement, but we took some of the lands away from them in order to have this colony built up. So it was our hydro station, electric station, and then of course it took them a long time to clean up and give back that land to our First Nations. There's still some of these old industries lingering on here, and yeah, so they're maintaining all these beautiful, beautiful buildings.
I think people
And of
will
course,
love
this is a
this
hardware
video.
store. My right hand side is called Capital Iron. It's been there for a very, very long time. And quite a unique things that you find in there that other places don't have it. And these buildings are all new now, these residential buildings. Older days, hardly anybody used to live in downtown, but now this very vibrant town. Being English, being government town, so every Friday town will be empty, and Monday it'll be busy. But now it doesn't matter what day of the week is, that always busy. So you see that building on my right hand side next to the brick building. They have all those gas lamps. That's how City of Victoria used to lit up in the evening,
Oh,
and they
okay,
used
wow.
those. And this gentleman bought a lot of these lamps and preserved them.
These are gas
We
lamps.
are going through Chinatown, but I'll let you
Keep your
know,
eyes
Joe,
peeled
when
and
you
your
want to
cameras
get
out.
up, okay?
On the right, look closely for a street sign that says Fan Tan Alley. This crowded byway is North America's narrowest commercial street, measuring a little over 1 meter or around 4 feet wide at either end. The alley got its name from a Chinese gambling game called Fan Tan. Fan Tan Alley and others like it once sheltered opium and gambling dens from view. Opium may have been legal at the turn of the century, but gambling was absolutely not. Even so, many alley buildings had gambling dens tucked away on the upper floors. Whenever the police appeared, the gamblers vanished through trap doors in the floor.
Don't me, I'll go around, I'll stop you, okay? I'll get you, let you. No, thank you very much, I really appreciate it.
This
Just-
is
we have to go
Chinatown's
around,
main
and
gate.
we'll drop you.
Up ahead,
I'll
more
tell
important
you.
Chinatown buildings. Today, these buildings still house many clubs and associations that the Chinese people started in the early days. Although not obvious to the eye, the Chinese temple can be seen on your left, hidden on the top floor of an unassuming building. And further up is the Chinese school. It's the oldest of its kind in Canada, having been built in 1909 and funded by different Chinese associations in Victoria. It was built to teach Chinese children, as there were not enough private teachers to keep up with the number of students in Chinatown's booming population. Today, anyone's welcome to come here for lessons in Cantonese or Mandarin.
The building is right at the kitty corner was from us, is the little cream colored building. That was originally built by Hudson's Bay. And very similar design to, there's a store Harrods in London. So that was a designed architect of that building similar to this. And of course, it was one of the prize building in City of Victoria. And the Hudson's Bay department store left this building 20 years ago and moved into one of those local shopping center. Unfortunately, just a month and a half ago, they just declared bankruptcy. This was very, very old company, oldest company and largest company at one time in North America, the fur trading company. It was established in England, 1670.
Thanks. Thank you.
Every city has its city hall, and ours is the large red masonry building just ahead. It's Western Canada's oldest standing municipal hall, in continuous service since 1878. In the courtyard, you may spot the Centennial Square fountain. This was a gift from Victoria's municipalities for the city's 100th birthday in 1962, and features 3 mosaic monoliths that rise 28 feet high. Victoria's passion for preserving historic buildings began right here at City Hall. It was slated for demolition in the 1980s, but the threat of losing this link to the past galvanized citizens to lobby against the plan. They won the day and saved this landmark, which became the city's first heritage building to be adapted for reuse. It's now part of the Centennial Square Civic Complex, which features an eclectic mix of architectural styles, old and new. Just past City Hall, you'll see our new City Hall, and next to that is the McPherson Playhouse. The Playhouse started as a vaudeville theater and remains one of many cultural venues in our city. Theater, opera, ballet, and live music all thrive in Victoria.
We'll be stopping right next one. Just give me a second.
We're approaching our next stop. Hop off here and explore anything that caught your eye here in Old Town. To your right, you can head back to Fantan Alley. To your left, explore the other side of Market Square. Just behind us is City Hall. And up ahead, take a look at our beautiful Upper Harbour.
This is
and
Fantan
walk
Alley
along
right
Wharf.
here.
This stop, Old Town.
That's where you
So
go
this is
in.
Fantan Alley, gentlemen. Joe, just go through this one. I'll just stop it there and show you. And there is a Don Me straight ahead, past this alleyway, okay? Yeah, go through other side. You'll be right underneath the archway there. Don Me. Yeah, have a great day. Thank you. So come back here. You can hop on any time, any other bus. Yeah, straight ahead, yeah. My pleasure.
So where is the map?
In there.
And
You
how
are
long this tour is for?
You can
My
go
pleasure, sir. Enjoy
for as
your
long
day.
as you
Just hang on,
want.
sir.
I will just go around the same route, like all downtown, and so we're still in this area. Like I think
So this is where we started, Empress
the
Hotel.
bridge.
An hour.
We're in the old town, like we've just gone here, I think.
Yes, the
And
second
then-
stop right here, right?
Yeah, and then I
then
think
we're-
we're gonna go this way, and it goes all the way around, like.
Yep.
Oak Bay, yeah. So we are going to show you guys the whole Victoria completely.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna get off here, right? At some point, like we're gonna get off and then hop back on to do the rest.
Yeah, we can.
This is quite a popular stop. Everybody going to Chinatown.
Okay, not here.
Canoe in reeds, known as the commerce canoe, was designed to symbolize the importance of canoes as the vessel of commerce to the indigenous peoples prior to European contact. Rice would be harvested from the water by tapping
There's a
ripened
canoe
kernels
in
into
the
the canoes.
flowers,
It was
that
moved
artwork.
from Bastion Square to be closer to the waterfront it draws inspiration from.
We are now approaching the Johnson Street Bridge, which crosses the Upper Harbour. This is the 4th bridge on this site. The most iconic one was known as the Blue Bridge that stood here from 1924 to 2018 before being replaced with the present day bridge. Many of Victoria's citizens were upset with the bridge being white and not blue, so the city installed blue lights along the side so it glows blue at night, just like the bridge before it had for 85
It's so
years.
fun.
The gorge waterway we
got
have
the
passed
dog back
over
here.
is traditionally known as Formosa, named for a girl who turned to stone at the gorge tidal rapids. The area we are in is known as Big West.
So you guys know,
and is
if you ever want to
traditionally
hop on this
Department
bus, make sure
territory,
you secure
now
these
known
seats
as
so you can get the
Songhees
best
and
view.
Esquimalt Nations. Victoria West is the site of a village of the Songhees, the first people of the Victoria area. Longhouses extended from Songhees Point to beyond the present-day Johnson Street Bridge.
Actually, Victoria was netted with all the railway tracks and railway station. This bridge doesn't have a railway track, so we'll be crossing railway tracks right here. The whole island is netted with the tracks, so they used to transport all the grain, lumber, coal in order to bring it to the harbor to load up to take it back to Europe.
So they actually stole from Canada as well.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh my god, man.
The
It was
first building
the
was built in
indigenous
this
people
area
that
in
were here first.
1977.
Yeah.
And it was
And the
all,
Britishers
when I
came
moved to
and
Victoria, it used to be a
took all
oil
of their
storage
land.
farm here. And the first hotel was built in 1977. So once this whole village is built here, this roundhouse, and there's going to be over 30,000 people living in this neck of the woods here. So there'll be a lot of people. So still a lot of it, long way to go yet. Just when we turn here, just look between those two buildings. You're going to see a good view of Fisherman's Wharf. So-called.
As we head into the Songhees Point, keep your eyes peeled and look to the right between buildings for a stunning view of Fisherman's Wharf from across the harbor. Songhees Point is known as Palusis, meaning cradleboard. Because of the spiritual power of the water here, cradles were traditionally placed at the sacred headland once infants had learned to walk. The Songhees people lived here for 67 years before being displaced by settlers to their current reserve in 1911. The park is currently being renovated, adding indigenous art, native plants, and a waterfront viewing platform.
On your right, you will find a 2.5 meter, 1-ton bronze casting of Spindle World. This is one of the 7 signs of Lakwanga, located in culturally significant areas all around Victoria. Keep your eyes peeled for other markers around the inner harbor. Traditionally used by Coast Salish women to spin wool, these spindle whorls symbolize the significance of family and the sharing of indigenous knowledge. Songhees artist Butch Dick designed and carved all 7 markers.
This stop, the Delta Hotel and Songhees Point Park. Hop off here to explore Songhees Point or walk the West Song Walkway to
This is
iconic
where we got
waterfront
hot
clubs and
chocolate.
restaurants. Learn
So
about the
this is
history of the
Delta Hotel.
Songhees people and watch the navigation of seaplanes and many boats that
A
frequently
really good
navigate
hotel
the
to
harbor.
stay.
Walk up to the rocks that make up Songhees Point
We
to see beautiful
had free
outdoor art and
hot
exciting
chocolate
natural
over there in the
landscapes.
winter.
This stop is Songhees Point.
It was on New Year's.
Yeah, New Year.
So this is one of our shipbuilding place here straight ahead, and this, they don't have a dry dock in this shipbuilding yard here. So we do have dry docks, and they can handle very, very large vessels, especially a lot of big cruise ships, and of course a lot of Navy boats as well. So this is a small one. They usually put those vessels on their trolley, bring it up at the top, and then cover with, stand them on the blocks and stuff like that. That's how they redo here, and cover them with the plaster in order to mask the noise and dust.
These look like pirate boats and like pirate ships.
We're once again on the Johnson Street Bridge, which will turn into Johnson Street. Every gold rush town had a street like Johnson Street. Always on the edge of town, this is where the dance halls gambling halls, and saloons were. Basically, all the fun places. Johnson Street was once known for having the roughest and rowdiest saloons in Victoria. Bar fights were commonplace, and thieves often took advantage of drunk patrons staggering from bar to bar, looking for their next pint. These thieves would hit their targets on the back of the head to knock them out, and then empty their pockets.
But that doesn't happen anymore. So this building right inside, that used to be our post office, and that's the only building that's left that hasn't been renovated, so that's slated too. It's just recently, they already announced that this is going to be built around that building and preserve that facade of the building as well.
It used to be a post office.
We are now approaching our next stop, Bastion Square.
Hop off here to explore Bastion Square and its rich, spooky history. Grab a bite or a pint at one of the many pubs in the area, or walk along the waterfront for a view of the beautiful Upper Harbour. Bastion Square, this stop.
If somebody wants to get off, usually give me a little tap dance on the floor, then I know that you want to get up there.
We now have a full view of the Inner Harbor. It's still the city's main waterway nearly 175 years after the Hudson's Bay Company established Fort Victoria. And the waterway's history can be traced back for thousands of years before that. There is evidence of human life along this harbor nearly 4,000 years ago, presumably ancestors of the Lekwungen peoples. You may have noticed the lone pink building we're approaching on Wharf Street. This is Victoria's original customs house. Built in 1875, this three-story building is the oldest federal building of its kind still standing in Western Canada. Historically used as customs offices, examining warehouses, and hosting the Department of Inland Revenue and Marine and Fisheries, it's since been repurposed to house law firms.
Law firms now.
So at that trading post used to have a gallows, and they still found some bodies that the Dig City did some repair work done, and that's that known as a hanging Judge Begbie. And so they're still finding some bodies, and
They're still finding
they replace
bodies
some
around
pipes
here.
and stuff
Wow.
underground.
Because there used to be gallows and hangings that happened here.
Sad.
This used to be a gas station and a garage where the information center is.
Oh, a gas station used to be here.
We're back in front of the Empress, and we have a good view of the apartment building. It was an architect by Francis Mawson Rettenberry's creation.
There's the Parliament building.
Look at your left for a front-facing view of the magnificent Empress Hotel. Designed in 1908 by architect Francis Rattenbury, the Empress is known for accommodating high-profile guests, including John Travolta, Winston Churchill, and Queen Elizabeth. It may be hard to believe, but this road used to be a bridge. This was a muddy area where clams would thrive in trickling freshwater streams. The water was blocked off and the land filled with dirt to create a foundation for the Empress, Canada's castle on the coast.
Next, we'll stop at the steamship terminal and the Coho and Clipper ferries. Ferries run from here to the United States with connections to Port Angeles and Seattle. The terminal also marks the beginning of the David Foster Walkway, a lovely waterfront trail that takes you to Fisherman's Wharf, one of Victoria's most popular attractions. This stop, Steamship Terminal.
So this steamship terminal was built by Rattenbury as well. So this was his last building he ever built while he was chased out of Victoria in 1931. steamship terminal. The Clipper just came from Seattle, and Como Ferry had just left. It'll be coming back again, so she runs 4 times daily. And that boat hasn't missed a sailing the last 69 years. It's only one boat on that run.
Like those orange color umbrellas.
Up ahead on the left, you'll find a beautiful white historic building bought by William Pendray in 1890. This tea house used to be the Pendray family mansion and was later a boarding school for girls until it became a hotel in 1980. While most hotels have spent millions on modernizing, the Pendray Inn has done the opposite. Sticking to its history, the inn invites those who would like to experience a blast from the past to indulge in the slower pace of times before.
So this terminal is getting rebuilt here. It's going to be a very, very large terminal. It's going to be over $150 billion project here on the right-hand side. They had just started building it.
Yeah.
This Pendray family had a soap factory and paint factory built. Made a lot of money before Mr. Pendray died in one of those industrial accident. He was putting a water fountain, a water sprinkler system in the paint factory. He got one of the iron pipe fell on his head. He died right in the factory. And of course, his son just had it crushed by one of those their own horse carriage. It was loaded up, and something happened, and then horse broke away, and he fell underneath that wagon. He got crushed. Mother was so devastated.
We'll soon stop in front of the Coast Hotel. From here, it's just a short walk to one of our most popular attractions, Fisherman's Wharf. On the water side of the hotel, you can connect to the David Foster walkway.
We'll stop at the next one if you want to get out here. It's a little bit of walk.
Or you can rent a bike and explore Victoria at your own pace. This stop, the Coast Hotel.
Good point.
So this is a little bit of walk, and over easier the other side.
Fisherman's Wharf isn't just a tourist attraction, it's a working Fisherman's Wharf where you can buy local seafood fresh off the boats. Walk along the docks for a close-up look at the fishing boats. The most eye-catching vessels moored along the docks are the colorful float homes known as liveaboards. Here, you might even see a harbor seal pop up to give you the once-over. Hop off here to Fisherman's Wharf where you can grab some seafood or board one of the water taxis to explore Victoria from the water. Across the harbor lies Esquimalt, our neighboring community and home of CFB Esquimalt, Western Canada's naval base. If you'd rather stay on this side of the harbor, Fisherman's Wharf has many shops and restaurants to try.
Right.
Fisherman's Wharf, this stop.
You're welcome. Have a good day, ladies. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You're welcome. Yep. That's okay. So we'll be following the waterfront area and then Beacon Hill Park after that. So this is our Coast Guards. So different than United States. They don't serve and protect. They rescue.
Soon, we'll reach the Sailor's Sea. Along the shoreline, look out to see the Juan de Fuca Strait, named after Greek mariner Loanus Phocas, who later changed his name to Juan de Fuca after joining the Spanish fleet. On a clear day, catch a breathtaking view of the Olympic Mountains. Here, we are closer to Washington State than mainland British Columbia. We're passing by the Coast Guard base on the right. You may see their ships in port. The Coast Guard doesn't participate in military activity. Leave that to our Canadian team, whose West Coast base is just across the water in Esquimalt. But still, the Coast Guard plays an important role in ensuring the safety and enforcement of regulations for all vessels traveling on the water.
Oh, is there a stop here actually?
I think so. There should be.
Maybe we gotta just stop. Oh.
This
Awesome. So we're gonna
stop,
get off here to
Hop
show you
off
some
here to
cruise
walk
ships.
down the breakwater and